From confirming a rumored exit to spoiling the death of half the universe, the loose lips of the MCU cast have sunk ships. And in this video, I want to look back at all the times this happened over the years. I'll start with two-time spoiler Mark Ruffalo. Now, I love Mark Ruffalo, and my only wish is that his Bruce Banner was in more content. But I've come to terms with the fact that if he was in any upcoming Marvel project, he'd probably end up telling me what happens at the end. The first time this happened was with Thor Ragnarok. Attending the red carpet premiere of the movie, Ruffalo decided to include his fans in the event. He hopped onto Instagram Live and showed his followers what's up. After that, he pulled a bit of a Vin Diesel and dropped the phone into his pocket with the stream still running.
Is it different? Is it different? Is it a different movie?
It's slightly different.
Yeah. I saw them both. I liked them both
but
very much.
But in the end, by the way.
In the end?
Oh, I can't tell. It's a spoiler alert. Sorry. I get in trouble a lot.
Oh, wait, yes.
Fans were treated to the sounds of him going about his business before entering the theater, sitting down, and watching the first 15 minutes of the movie. Someone alerted Ruffalo to his mistake eventually, and he cut the stream. I think we should be grateful that it happened before he spoiled the entire movie for us, or before he went to the bathroom. You'd think he'd learn from his mistake there, but nope, he spoiled something even more significant later on. Ruffalo was a guest on Good Morning America, appearing alongside Don Cheadle in an episode from 2017, meaning that this was about a whole year before Infinity War was coming out. He was actually supposed to be promoting a different movie, Thor Ragnarok. Now, morning show hosts aren't shy about asking guests what's on their minds, and it looks Ruffalo wasn't prepared to get a direct question about the ending of the movie. After dodging the question a little awkwardly, Ruffalo tried to change the subject by saying the next one has an even worse ending. In his own words, everybody dies. That was bad enough, wasn't it? Well, he almost went the whole way in giving up the twist, barely stopping himself from saying half of everybody. Fans who've read the comics, in which Thanos does exactly that, knew what was coming then. Ol' Nutsack Chin was about to defeat the Avengers. You can tell that he was really embarrassed about what happened, and Don Cheadle was embarrassed for him. I can only imagine what hell he got from Kev when he walked off set. But it's time to take some of the heat off Mark and look at other spoiler moments. And I have not one, but two from Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. It looks like the back-to-back shooting schedule for Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame really tripped the cast up. One example of this was Dave Bautista, whose character, Drax, was a victim of the snap. During an appearance on Good Morning Britain, he accidentally revealed that Drax's story wasn't over yet. He revealed that he had filmed Avengers 4 and he was signed up for Guardians 3. So not only did he spoil the fact that he'd be resurrected in Endgame, but he also spoiled the fact that he'd survive that experience. But maybe worse than that was the spoiler from Zoe Saldana. See, Thanos' snap annihilated several heroes who were confirmed by Marvel to have futures in the franchise. So it maybe wasn't the biggest surprise that the snap would be reversed. Gamora, on the other hand, was killed by being thrown off the cliff in Vormir. Whatever reversed the snap wouldn't necessarily reverse her death. All the same, when Saldana was asked about filming her final scene in Infinity War, she said it was a see you later and not a formal goodbye. I think her saving grace here was that fans couldn't really imagine how she could come back without time travel. Good thing no one spoiled the time travel in this movie, right? But this wasn't the only Endgame spoiler we got. Remember when Chris Evans spoiled his own ending on Twitter? After that, what I suppose was his final day of shooting, Evans must have been feeling pretty emotional. He posted a heartfelt tweet saying that 8 years of playing this role was an honor. Going on, he thanked the cast, the crew, and the fans for the memories. Wait a second, did he just say goodbye? Not Captain America! Yeah, sure enough, he basically confirmed to the world that his time in the MCU was coming to an end. Now, this was only a mild spoiler, since most people already assumed that Evans would be bowing out, and for what it's worth, he didn't reveal the way in which he'd be leaving the franchise. But Infinity War and Endgame aren't the only movies that have been spoiled by the cast. Evangeline Lilly spoiled something for a movie that's in theaters right now. Now, I get that she was excited about the script for the movie. I mean, audiences and critics aren't, but an actor's gonna have a different perspective. It's also very understandable that when you get excited for something, you'd share it online. That's what Evangeline Lilly did, sharing a picture of the script document on her Instagram. There were no spoilers on the image itself, so she saved herself there. Unfortunately, she ended up tagging Corey Stoll in the picture, which proved to be kind of a spoiler. Although she deleted the image, the cat was out of the bag. Stoll would be back. Even though the first Ant-Man implied he was finished, it looked like he'd return for Quantumania. No spoiler could have prepared us for just how Stoll would return. If anything, expecting Darren Cross and getting freaking MODOK instead was a heck of a surprise. Alright guys, it's time to open the Pandora's box of MCU spoilers. We've got to go through Tom Holland's record. Like, where do you even start with this kid? I guess I'll start from the beginning. Back when Spider-Man Homecoming was on the horizon, there were a lot of questions about Spidey's future. He wasn't, and still isn't, free from Sony Pictures' grasp. If Marvel Studios wanted to take advantage of that suspense, Tom gave the game away. Talking to Allocene, he revealed that he was signed for the next 2 movies. He later got in on the Infinity War and Endgame spoiling action. First, while talking about the fake scripts Marvel gave so he'd stop spoiling things, he revealed that Spidey was gonna go to space, and he later declared to an audience that he was alive, minutes before Infinity War began playing. You know, implying that Spidey might have died. Later, during an interview alongside Benedict Cumberbatch, Tom revealed that Benedict has been going on and on about the quantum realm. Yep, he said that while promoting Avengers Endgame. Are you annoyed with Tom Holland yet? If you aren't, then stick around, because I'm not done. In 2019, like years before release, he spoiled Doctor Strange's role in No Way Home. He said that it was fun for a science guy to work with a magic guy and that there was a time rift or something involved. Okay, now I'm done. Well, sort of. This isn't the most exhaustive list, but it covers the essentials. One last thing before I wrap up today. Let's rank the spoilers in the MCU cast. Now, most of the cast is doing pretty great with 0 spoilers. However, there's a massive tie for 3rd place. I talked about Dave Bautista, Zoe Saldana, Evangeline Lilly, and Chris Evans today, and they all leaked 1 spoiler. Mark Ruffalo slots in above them with 2 major spoilers. And Tom Holland obviously takes the crown. You could honestly make a whole video about everything this guy has ever spoiled. But we love him anyway, right? That's all I've got for you today about MCU spoilers.